All right, so let's delve deeper into the state of Kenya's retail trade sector and more specifically how local players in the retail scene are performing. I'm joined by Willy Kimani, the Chief Commercial Officer of Naivas Supermarket. Willy, a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you during these harsh times.
Very harsh times, really. Thank you for granting us your time. So how has business been faring 1 month since the first confirmed case of the COVID-19 in Kenya?
Yeah, so what we actually saw was initially when immediately after the announcement of the first case, sales spiked up. We had a lot of pantry loading. Uh, Shoppers really went into the stores, and we had quite a number of quite a big increase in our footfall and also basket. Immediately after the second measures were actually also announced, then which was the curfew period, sales drastically dropped because this came in also with the directive that indeed we have to keep social distance within, inside, and outside the store, which is a very good measure actually. And
So
then, of course,
how's
after the
that?
lockdown again,
Sorry,
and
Willie, I
then
didn't
after
get
the
that.
lockdown, and then after the lockdown now, the sales went lower. So we talk about a three-phase approach.
Repeat that. Is social distancing affecting the flow of customers into your outlets?
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good thing because right now we now have a particular number of people who can only be in the store at the same time. So you have to keep social distance outside, inside. So already there's a normal flow whereby you have to contain the number of people inside the store. So that definitely affects. And then remember, on one side, people have to leave early, which they probably leave work at 4. You'll have shopped up to 9. Now we have to now manage that bit. So if you talk about it from a retail perspective, it has been quite harsh.
So how
And
about the
also,
cost of running your outlets? Has it gone up?
well, of course, these are fixed costs. The fixed costs have to still maintain. The electricity is still running. We, as much as possible, have to keep the employees as they are right now. So all that actually continues staying as is. With reduced revenue, remember also there's some departments that clearly go down. That's talking about the general items, for example, your clothing lines and stuff like that. The sales levels definitely dip even furthermore, where because people are only buying the essentials at the moment. So
And
definitely the cost come up.
okay, and Willie, what business continuity measures has Naivas put in place to address the disruption caused by the curfew and the partial lockdown in Nairobi and Coastal Strip? Sorry.
We have to agree that we have no option but to just maintain and just try as much as possible to live within our means. We have to, as much as possible, continue giving the best preference, meaning not upping prices, making sure that we have as much as, for example, our online portal working. We have Glovo, who we have partnered with. We are the main retail anchor for them, trying as much as possible to push. I can say it's picked up well. We are talking about 3x the normal times we do as far as home deliveries is concerned, but still it's a 3x of a very small base. So we can say it's a good measure, but and also trying to encourage people to do and go on towards the same.
And this is
At the same
something
time,
that's happening across all your stores in the country, or rather all your stores across the country.
not at all. We are not across all the stores. We're doing it in the key towns. So in the key towns, we've chosen the stores that can actually anchor it. So we only have it in 3 towns right now. That's Mombasa, Nakuru, Nairobi, and considering the outskirts also, which is Kitengela. So there we are quite good with Glovo. But we have www.naivas.co.ke, which is available across the country.
All right, with that aside, Willie, how much is the International Finance Corporation plowing into Naivas in terms of investment, and what's the percentage shareholding that IFC is taking in the business?
No, I think there's a clear misconception here. First of all, I think there's a late reporting coming in from yesterday's news. The deal announced is exactly how we are announced it. We have a new partner, they're called Memphis, and within our IFC has actually invested in Naivas Supermarket. So nothing changes from our initial uh, uh, press statement that you'd actually sent out, which is Amethyst came in and actually had a 30% stake in Naivas. So IFC is just one of the investors behind Amethyst, and and it gives a very good confidence that Kenyan retailers can be able to attract people who can come in and look at the scope of business, how we are doing business, give us a vote of confidence that indeed we are the right channel of them to invest into the retail market in this country. So we are quite happy about exactly how AFC being part of them. They come in and bring in a lot of best practice and all that. And within this, we see a very big future post-COVID.
So how do you intend to deploy the additional capital?
No, we still continue the business case, as in we have a proper business case. We have stores that we need to intend to open. Of course, we have to watch what is happening. We have a new store coming up on Tuesday next week in Kilimani, just opposite Jaya, whereby we shall continue just making sure that at the end of it, we are empowering the local companies, creating employment, and bettering the lives of Kenyans by giving them affordable pricing and quality fresh items.
And as we wind up, Willy, what's the outlook for Naivas as the world battles the COVID-19 crisis?
It's a bright future. It's a bright future. I remain optimistic. I want to believe that COVID is just a bump that we just have to cross. It's teaching us to go back to the basics. We'll wash hands more now. We'll keep our social distance anyway. We'll get new things and ways. We'll adapt new things like we'll not only stick to the brick and mortar bit of it. The future is bright. Consumption will still be there. People will still buy. People still need clothes. I will encourage, just a short-term nature. And that's why, for example, the biggest proponent that what we have actually talked to the Ministry of Trade is to assist us to make sure that we keep our employees and keep everybody in. And our main ask to the government is just to take up the cost of power. The cost of power can actually really help us within the short term to be able to make sure that some of that is actually we're able to cushion a majority of our people during this short period within which you can see is a bump. But the future is bright. The future includes us actually winning the Kenyan market, winning into the broader East African market, and making sure that we're able to sustain and grow and carry the flag Kenya higher.
Is there anything that you'd like to quickly add?
No, let's all keep safe, stay at home for those who have to do it. Keep staying at home doesn't mean just lazing around. Please think around, get that online beat and all. I'll share. That's it. Thank you very much.
All right, Willy, thank you so much. We'll be catching up with you soon, eh?